Now, I have taken this compound. I am reacting with HBr. I am reacting it with Br2. I am reacting with alkaline KMnO4 known as Bayer's reagent. And I am reacting it with H2 in presence of nickel. I am reacting it with ozone followed by zinc and hydrolysis. Can you identify the products in each case? That is the product 2-bromobutane. 2,3-dibromobutane. Butane 2,3-diol because it is hydroxylation. Alkaline KMnO4 Bayer's reagent adds two OH groups across the double bond. Pi bond breaks, two sigma bonds form. Butane. And when you are reacting with ozone, zinc and water, what is the product? What happens, sir? On ozonolysis, the double bond cuts. Did we see about it, sir? Hello?
No,
in ozonolysis, the double bond cuts and oxygen is added. CH3, C double bond OH. It is known as acetaldehyde 2 moles. Do we know all these reactions now? I want you to cross-check.
No, sir.
Ozonolysis, don't know, sir.
We are examining ozonolysis. When any compound that has a double bond C is made to react with ozone, and then it is allowed to react with water in presence of zinc, it is called a reductive ozonolysis. Actually, the double bond breaks. This carbon gets one oxygen, this carbon gets one oxygen. This is bonded, doubly bonded with oxygen, this is also doubly bonded with oxygen. So you get CH3C double bond OH and CH2 double bond O. This is called formaldehyde. IUPAC name is methanol. It is called ethanol. IUPAC name. Common name is acetaldehyde. On ozonolysis, always you cut the double bond, put the double bond O. You cut the C double bond C, you put the C double bond O on both sides. For example, I have this compound. What happens if this is subjected to ozonolysis? Yeah. What is your rule, sir? On ozonolysis, you cut the double bond, put the O. This is CH2. This is C. This is C. Having a CH3. Having a CH3. Double bond O. Similarly, in the bottom, this is the CH2. This is the C. This is CH3. This is C. This is CH3. And double bond O, double bond O. What is the name of this product, sir? In both the cases, product is same because it is symmetric. It is called pent 2,4-diol or pent 2,4-diol. Can you see it, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir. Okay.
I have a compound like this. It has how many double bonds?
2 double bonds.
So 1 mole
Two
of this
double
compound
bonds.
it can react with 2 moles of ozone followed by hydrolysis. It gives a product like CH3CHO, CH3CHO 2 moles, CHO. It is called acetaldehyde. It is called ethane dial, sometimes called glyoxal. So if 1 mole of a compound reacts with 2 moles of ozone, I would say it has 2 double bonds. If I take benzene, 1 mole combines with how many moles of ozone, sir?
3 bro.
3 moles, sir.
And obviously, I will be getting 3 moles of CHO. Yes. Yes, please. In ozonolysis, other product is H2O.
Sir, that how product is getting that not understanding, sir.
What did you say?
Sir, how product is
Sir, that
formed?
no, sir, that product explain.
Structure of that product, sir, which is coming.
This one?
Yes,
Always ozone cuts the double bond. It cuts the C double bond C and makes a C double bond O. It is your benzene. And it has hydrogens. On ozonolysis, you have to cut the double bonds. Instead of C double bond C, put a C double bond O. Here there is CH. Double bond O. Here CH double bond O, here CH double bond O, here CH 3 moles. What is the big deal in this? Is there any big deal? Sir, in ozonolysis, actually first step is, if you take this compound, first it reacts with ozone to give a product called mole ozonide. Mole ozonide has a structure like this. The ozone combines like this. It is called mole ozonoid. When you are reacting with water in presence of zinc, the water will break this bond like this. This O is taken by water, and because this bond is breaking, the carbon will have CH2 double bond O, CH2 double bond O. Instead of 1 bond, it makes double bond. And the O is taken by water to give H2O2. Notice, in ozonolysis, you will be getting a aldehyde and also H2O2. This H2O2 is an oxidizing agent. It can convert the aldehyde into carboxylic acid like this. You don't want H2O to disturb the carbonyl compound, so you are adding zinc. What is the purpose of zinc? Means zinc will prevent one of its products, H2O2, to oxidize the aldehyde, the other product. For example, you have a compound like this. This is reacted with ozone. The first product is mole ozonide. You have to cut both the bonds and put a O up, 2 O's down. The mole ozonide on hydrolysis in presence of zinc breaks the bond like this. This O is taken by water to become H2O2. And now, because these 2 bonds are breaking, it will become double bond, CH3, CH2. This aldehyde is likely to be attacked by peroxide. So zinc will not allow them to react. Hence it is called reductive ozonolysis. If the zinc is not there, this gets oxidized to give acid. You are preventing oxidation by using zinc as a reducing agent. Are we very clear on this? Hello?
No,
Hello?
sir.
Huh?
Sir, this breaking this bone, sir, that I also didn't understand, sir. Can you please explain one more time?
Just cut the bond, cut the double bond, put O's. What is the big deal? Cut the C double bond C, put C double bond O. Actually, you should put the C double bond O directly to carbon. CH3, CH double bond O. CH3, CH2, CH. What is the big deal in this? I am not understanding what is the difficulty in that. Hello. What is the difficulty in ozonolysis?
No problem, sir. Now it is okay, sir.
Generally, standard
Sir, one more example, sir.
standard IIT question is X was subjected to ozonolysis and it gave acetone as a only product. Only acetone it gave along with H2O2. What is X? IUPAC name. To answer this question, look at the ozonolysis products. They are saying acetone is the only product. Okay, take that product, 2 moles. If only one compound is coming, you should take 2 moles of it and write such that they face their oxygens. After writing like this, you remove O2 and join both the fellows by C double bond C. Now the original compound is, you have joined these two with C double bond C. CH3. So this must be the X. What is the IUPAC name of X? 2,3-dimethyl. 2,3-dimethyl.
D.
Bute 2E. Yes. This is a standard IIT mains question. They give you ozonolysis products and ask you what is the parent compound. A compound on ozonolysis gave acetaldehyde and acetone as only product. A compound on ozonolysis gave acetaldehyde and acetone with H2O2. What is IUPAC name of X? Can you work out this? Hello, can you work out the IUPAC name of X? Time is ticking away. There is a lot to be done. Hello. Hello.
Sir,
Yes, what is X?
Yes, sir.
What is X IUPAC name?
2-methyl bute 2E.
It is 2-methyl bute 2E, and that's perfect. Now look at another question in this model. Which of these give only one product Which of these
Sir,
give?
explain previous question, sir.
I will not explain now, I have no time. Which of these give only one product on ozonlysis? Look here. See, yeah, which of these give only one product on ozonlysis? Let me take this, yeah. Only one product. What is the answer? Say, auntie, boy, chutney, donkey. Answer is donkey. Because if you cut here, you get 2 acetaldehyde. If you cut like this, you get one molecule which has a side chain here, one molecule which has no side chain. If you cut here, you get a molecule with side extension, the other fellow has no extension. If you cut here, you get one compound with 2 carbons, one compound with 3 carbons. This is a standard IIT main question. Are we very clear?
Yes, sir.
So
Clear.
this is all about ozonlysis. Ozonlysis is used to detect the presence of unsaturation, to locate the double bonds and to estimate the double bonds. If a compound has only one double bond, it reacts with only 1 mole of ozone. If it has 2 double bonds, 1 mole of this compound reacts with 2 moles of ozone. If it has 3 double bonds, 1 mole of compound reacts with 3 moles of double bonds. If it has n double bonds, 1 mole combines with n moles of ozone. So to estimate how many double bonds a compound has, where exactly the double bonds are there, whether it really has any double bonds or not, can be known by ozonlysis. Are we very clear about this?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now, we have covered the concept called ozonlysis through all these examples. This is a table showing how the 2-butene can be prepared. The first method is called dehydrohalogenation. The second method is called dehydration. The third method is called controlled reduction. Fourth method is called dehalogenation. The alkenes can react with the bromine and decolorize the reddish brown color of bromine to give dibromo derivatives. The alkenes can react with the Bayer's reagent, alkaline KMnO4, to give diols. The alkene can be reduced with a nickel hydrogen, platinum hydrogen, palladium hydrogen. On reduction, you get alkane. On ozonlysis, they give carbonyl. Are we clear about this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Ozonlysis is used to detect the presence of unsaturation. Also use it to locate the double bonds and to estimate the double bonds. Example of ozonlysis of propene. Why the ozonlysis is called reductive ozonlysis? It is called reductive ozonlysis because the zinc will not allow the product carbonyl compound to undergo oxidation. Benzene 1 mole can react with how many moles of ozone? Means 3 moles. Why like that? Because it has 3 double bonds. What is the final product on ozonolysis of ethene if there is no zinc? If there is no zinc, I get formic acid. If there is zinc, I get acetaldehyde. I mean formaldehyde. One mole of benzene reacts with how many moles of ozone? 3 moles.
3 moles.
Propene on ozonolysis gives what? It will give 1 mole of acetaldehyde and 1 mole of formaldehyde. We have covered the idea about ozonolysis, which is very, very important to detect the presence of double bonds, position of double bonds, and number of double bonds in organic compounds. Okay, sir. With this note, we can close today's talk. Or you have any doubts? Actually, I want to continue the class for some time, but I want you to observe it carefully. Once you know it, I'll go ahead. Let us look at the textbook
Yes,
now.
sir.
Sir, that two products are given us, sir. That explain question.
Just let us go to now textbook and come back. Sir, these are the reactions. How to prepare alkenes? You are preparing alkenes by controlled reduction of alkynes. By dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halides, it is called beta elimination. Sedgwick rule says hydrogen eliminated from that carbon which has less hydrogens, poor becomes poorer. And you can prepare the alkene from dehalogenation of weak dihalo compounds. Dehydration of alcohols, we have learned them. We have seen the alkenes of lower number of carbons are gases, mid number fellows are liquids, and high number carbon compounds are waxy solids at room temperature. They are soluble in organic solvents, not soluble in water. They are all burning readily in air to give black sooty smoke. For every rise of a carbon, boiling point rises by 20 degrees. I'm sorry, I have to disable you to make noise because that much noise you are making. With all respect, I allowed you to talk, but you misused it. I can't help. It's up to you if you want to disturb yourself. Now, the chemical properties, alkene can react with hydrogen, and this reaction we have seen as a method of preparation of alkene. Alkene on adding hydrogen in presence of nickel, palladium, platinum gives alkenes. Alkenes can react with halogens, say bromine decolorized by alkenes. The decolorization of bromine is used to identify whether a given compound has double bonds. Always bromination is anti, that is two bromines are added from opposite side of both carbons. Bromination, chlorination. Always HX can add to double bond. The order of reactivity is like HI is greater than HBr is greater than HCl. Notice that HI is most reactive. The addition of HX follows Markovnikov rule. I said Markovnikov rule says hydrogen of HX goes to that carbon which already has more hydrogens. Whenever I am adding HX, X can be Cl, Br, I, OH. It can be CN, whenever HX is added or whenever A plus B minus is added, A plus goes to that carbon of double bond which has more hydrogens. Is called Markovnikov rule. However, for HBr, there is a strange behavior. Whenever I am adding HBr to propene, normally hydrogen will go to first carbon, Br will go to second carbon. You get one bromopropane. However, if I am using that is a normal addition of HBr, hydrogen goes to carbon with more hydrogens, Br goes to the carbon with less hydrogens. It is called Markovnikov addition. However, the Markovnikov addition is not observed when there is a peroxide or light. In presence of peroxide or light, the product is against the Markovnikov rule. The reason is in presence of peroxide or light, the reaction proceeds by formation of free radicals. Whereas if there is no light, the reaction proceeds through formation of carbocation. So in presence of peroxide, the product is against the Markovnikov rule. So the product is like 1-bromobutane. What is that, sir? 1-bromopropane, for example. When propene is added with HBr, normally you get 2-bromopropane, Markovnikov addition. However, if there is a peroxide, you will be getting 1-bromopropane as major. Please be very clear. Propene, CH3, CH double bond, CH2. When I am adding HBr, 2-bromopropane is major product. However, if there is peroxide or light, 1-bromopropane is major product. It is called anti-Markovnikov rule. Anti-Markovnikov rule is applicable only for HBr, not for HCl, not for HF, only for HBr. Reason for anti-Markovnikov rule is this reaction in presence of light proceeds by free radical mechanism. Look at the textbook for the details. Okay. Up to this point, you cover today. Actually, I wanted to talk to you about addition of water in detail. Ozonolysis, I already talked. Tomorrow, mainly, we will be talking about hydration of alkenes. Actually, in the medical section today itself, I talked about them. But in your section, you are talking a lot and spending a lot of time in time waste. Now you can unmute. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now you can talk. Now, I want to know whether we should go for hydration now or tomorrow.
Sir, that second example.
Tomorrow,
Second
sir.
example, you read the textbook. After reading it, still the doubt is that tomorrow we see. Now you read the textbook. I gave an overall idea. One important reaction is pending. That is the reaction of alkenes Sir, if I am adding water, what is the Markovnikov product, sir? Where H is added, where OH is added? On C, nothing is added because that is having no double bond. So everything will be added on either A or B. Come on, tell me. What is Markovnikov product? According to Markovnikov, hydrogen is added to that carbon which already has more hydrogens. So Markovnikov product is like this. OH is added on. So in HX, H plus is added to that carbon which has more hydrogens is Markovnikov rule. Are we very clear about it? Hello? Yes, sir. Hello? 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 If any alkene is added with HX in presence of sulfuric acid or any catalyst, hydrogen is added to that doubly bonded carbon which has more hydrogens, is Markovnikov rule. Because in this way, when hydrogen is added to anti-carbon, you get plus charge on B carbon. B carbon is called secondary carbon. Secondary carbocation is more stable than primary. That is the reason. However, if the, yes sir. The other product is CH3, CH2, CH2OH. The hydrogen is added to B carbon and OH is added to A carbon. One propanol. Normally, it is a minor product, about 10%. And this is the major product, about 90%. So when water is added to a alkene in presence of sulfuric acid, you get alcohol. 2-propanol is major, 1-propanol is minor. Let us take another example. Sir, if I am adding water, auntie, boy, chutney, donkey, elephant. Okay. Now, sir, when I am adding HOH, where the H plus is added at auntie, boy, chutney, donkey or elephant, where it is added? First, H plus is added either at B or C because only these two are linked by double bond. Chudavani. Okay, where, 1 second. Where, I 1 minute, last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes. Where H plus is added A, B, C, D, or E? Hello? Hello? If nobody is answering, I have to close the meeting. Now what can I do? Hello? I have allowed you to speak, right? You can unmute yourself.
B, sir.
B, sir. B.
According to Markovnikov rule, the hydrogen is added to that carbon which has more hydrogens. Therefore, the pi bond is lifted, it gets extra hydrogen, and the CH3 remains here. This carbon gets OH. So the product is like 3-methyl 3-pentanol. It is Markovnikov product.
Yes, sir.
What is the anti-Markovnikov product? Anti-Markovnikov product is this.
So 3-methyl 2-propanol. So pentanol.
Yes, sir. Now, generally you get this 90%, you get this less percent. But the problem is, suppose you are crazy, this reaction where two products are possible, one is major, one is minor, is called regioselective reaction.